Here we go. Another episode. I've lost count. Was this 8? Last week was 7?
So.
This is 8.
8. The big 8.
How many more for the record?
What'd you say?
How many more for the record?
3 more. We got to do 9, 10.
10 will tie 11 or 12, right?
10 will tie the record. 11 is it.
Let's do it.
So, that's what I said. Of course, I don't think Joey wasn't here last week. Was Joey here the one before that?
Yeah.
Were you? I don't remember. Anyways, we talked. I think it might have been last week that we talked about it. That I've looked back on our social accounts, and the last one we did that I posted, at least that I remember doing, was episode 10, which was NXT Takeover Companion. We did a Takeover Companion. That was after that we said, "Fuck it, we're not doing it anymore." So, a little less hype, yes, less yelling in this intro. I know last week we were pretty excited. Of course, AEW. I see what they're doing. They're trying to keep sowing these little seeds that left off on NXT. Of we don't know, which I mean it makes sense because you can't really just come in and be like, "Oh, that never happened. We're all good. We're best friends again." So
I feel like the only one that's really worked from old storylines from WWE into AEW has been Malachi's Black is his dead eye. I feel like that's the only one that's really worked.
I mean, and has it worked? Because it seems
I feel
weird.
like it works. I feel like it's a good part of his gimmick, his character. So I feel like that's the only thing that's really worked.
I mean, yeah. I think the only reason I have any problem with it at all is if every other superstar on AEW didn't also paint half their face, it probably.
If we could do just the contact and maybe like a little black around the eye, but not have it like.
It's weird because there's like so many variations he's done. It's like I don't know what are you trying to portray, right? So before it was just a little bit of black, and then it slowly started turning into the skull, and then for the New York show, he had a red contact in, and that's the only time he's used it. So it's like, okay, like where was your ambition?
Whenever Jim Cornette makes his way to AEW, he's going to change it to Malachi Blackface.
So stupid. But I mean, now it's like this weird kind of take over half the face black with like the white whatever it is in it as well. And it makes me think: are these people that get black misted? Are they just gonna wear black, like it stayed there permanently or something?
Probably have a dead eye.
Yeah, could be that too, or just black out their eyes, both of their eyes.
That could be a cool way to like initiate like into a faction or something.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing. Because I'm pretty sure Brody King. I'm sure he's going to be a member. This Julia Hart, who he spit in her face. I'm sure she's going to debut as a member. She'll come back at some point. Maybe the Varsity Blondes. I don't know if they fit it. I don't know if they would change. Brian Pillman Jr. seems pretty proud of his mullet. I don't know if he would want to sacrifice that to the cause.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. It'd be like treating the Varsity Blondes as sort of like acolytes, but not like Farouk and Bradshaw, like hardcore enforcers. More like,
I mean, it could be like kind of how
it'd be like the Dark Order's Gimps, essentially, is the Varsity Blondes.
It could almost be very similar, which I think they should have done more of and should have done better. Seth Rollins when he had Murphy with him. And it's kind of
disciples.
Yes, it could be something similar to that. Where honestly, the Authors of Pain, I feel like they were going to be members of it and should have actually been members of it, and then we could have actually had a cool little faction. But WWE doesn't know how to do factions, or know what to do with factions. So,
well, it's because they just don't like stables. Basically, they don't like stables and they don't like managers. So,
unless you're Paul Heyman, which was name dropped on AEW, stop it. Stop it.
And Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
And Jim
Cornette. Jim Cornette was fine. He's not WWE, but I mean to actually mention, like, we get it. everybody watches AEW. But I didn't watch the full match. I know people were complaining on the internet about Cody Rhodes using a pedigree. The clip I seen, there was no pedigree.
Yeah, there is no pedigree. He does the arm lock like the pedigree, but it's the Tiger Driver. 98.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I seen that, and I was like, oh, okay, people are getting all worked up over nothing because. Yeah. Well, he grabbed him like a. I mean, okay, he could have. I mean, technically, Ciampa grabs people like a pedigree when he does the fairy tale ending.
Right.
Doesn't mean he's,
Well, the fairy tale ending is just the angel's wings from Christopher Daniels.
Also true. So Christopher Daniels, he's not copying Triple H and doing a pedigree. So
we know AJ gonna buy that new Cody shirt.
I was just about to bring that up. That's for Dustin. the heel face. Was it baby face?
It says heel baby face winner. Yeah. And it's got the Transformers logo as what's his name?
Checkbox. Yeah.
What's the dude?
Dan Lambert.
Dan Lambert. I don't know why I said Dave.
That dude's fucking great.
As Dan Lambert called it, the Transformers logo that Cody got tattooed on his neck. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's what Joey's gonna do. He's gonna follow suit. It's part of the Nightmare family.
There you
We
go.
can try and get Cody.
I used to want a neck tattoo.
Hey, honestly, that tattoo would be a right tattoo because when you want a side tangent from wrestling, I mean, this is still tattoo. When you want the neck tattoo, you do want the thing that kind of goes from like center. It's even and kind of spreads out. Like a lot of people have birds and stuff with wings on it. Hey, that logo would be perfect. Dead center, little wings out to the side.
In the middle of my back or my neck, and then come around like right here.
No, the other way.
What the fuck are you talking
about? The Brian Fury tattoo from Tekken. That's what I wanted.
No.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I'll show you later. It was cool back in like 20 years ago. So.
But
2002.
No. Yeah. Back with tribal tattoos and the barbed wire around your.
That's why I don't get tattoos, because what's cool now is lame in 20 years.
I mean, not really. Just gotta get the right stuff. Like Dustin technically has pinup girls, which has been around forever. He just put his own little spin on it.
Sure.
So you just gotta find something.
He's just gonna get the Hart family crest on his back.
That's good.
No, he's getting Bret Hart's face on his back.
Yeah.
Like Steve-O, just the sunglasses, dude. That's hilarious. No, we have been trying to talk Joe into getting a tattoo forever, and he won't do it.
I might do a Witcher sleeve.
No, you won't.
Might.
And do a Bret Hart sleeve.
Yeah, do a Bret
Hart Foundation sleeve.
All his submission moves.
There you go.
Submission holds.
Just different Bret Hart moments all over. And you got one that's right here on your forearm of him just like flipping off the camera or something, or spitting on Vince.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, there you go.
I like spitting.
Bret Hart sleeve coming at you. We will update you on socials. What else has been going on? I know I watched half of Raw. Well, that's one thing that we need to bring up. Last week we mentioned, AJ specifically mentioned that when we were talking about the AEW championship match that's going to take place next Wednesday, mentioned the judges. AJ mentioned by name Eric Bischoff, who shows up on Raw to be the officiator of Miz and Maurice announcing their wedding vows, none other than Eric Bischoff. I almost lost. That was one of the things I seen from Raw this week. Hilarious. I lost my mind. That was so freaking funny. I just typed to chat, who's watching Raw? Because Eric Bischoff just showed up.
And nobody answered.
Yeah. No, I don't think anybody did. I think AJ did a little bit later and said something about Bischoff, but yeah. I thought it was pretty funny. And then I ended up I mentioned something in the fucking Grayson Waller showed up. That's why I was like, okay, I'm done with this. And I went and did something else.
We had Eric Bischoff, who could potentially still show up, but it's funny because you brought up Bischoff, and then Edge in that segment did the Brood bloodbath.
Oh, I didn't actually watch the segment.
So Edge did the bloodbath.
That's awesome.
And that also
are they doing? Is it black now, or is it actually?
It's black.
Oh, stupid.
Yeah, it's black. It's still black.
No color on TV.
but have the darkest color.
Joey,
on TV.
shut up.
Yeah. Which is mute Joey's mic real quick. It's funny because the last time he did that, it was with the feud with Rollins, and Gangrel was supposed to actually do a bit in AEW, and couldn't because Edge used the music, his music. Well, so now, fast forward to this judges for the AEW World Title match. You can't use Gangrel either because now.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't think you'd ever use Gangrel for that, but that's another person you could probably mark off. I think it'd be pretty cool if Bishop, like I said, Bischoff could still show up. I think Lance Storm would be really cool. I think he should be a judge.
He needs to take a break from Twitter, though. I see that man on Twitter a lot.
He likes to tweet.
He loves to tweet. That man, almost like I said, I've been getting a lot of I get a lot of wrestling Twitter just notifications to my phone from like, oh, the stuff, oh, you might be interested in or whatever. A lot of those tweets are from like actual wrestlers and stuff, and a lot of those have Lance Storm replying to them at some point for some reason.
It'd be Lance Storm, Ric Flair, and Vince Russo.
Oof. Bruce Pritchard. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to think of who else they could use.
Just use Dan Lambert.
Yeah. It's a championship match. That could go south. He'll mess up the vote. I'm trying to think of who else could be something good.
Right, it's got to be someone.
Cornette could be a good one. Cornette could be on there.
Of Danielson, right? Hangman, and then one that's going to be a potential sway vote, right? It could really be anyone. I mean, if it's Cornette, I'd kind of cry a little bit.
Legitimately, I think it's going to be something like Mark Henry, Big Show, and Taz or something.
Which is fine too.
Yeah,
it's acceptable.
That's honestly what I feel like. It's either going to be something like that, or it's going to be like Dustin Rhodes could be another one, who apparently paints his face just to hang out backstage. But yeah, I think it's got. I don't know if it's going to be any big surprises with the judges, or it's just going to be literally people we've never heard of and never met. And
Bret Hart. It's going to be Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Joey's going to shit himself.
Hopefully they just don't use UFC judges because those guys are bad.
It's going to be Bret Hart, Joe Rogan, Ric Flair.
That would.
I seen you the Joe Rogan thing.
Dr. Joe Rogan,
like,
dude.
It's Frank Caliendo doing like Joe Rogan watching a Spider-Man fight.
Yeah. Jamie, pull that up. Is that actually him? Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hilarious. But yeah, I don't know what else happened from Ross and Grayson Waller come out and talk some stuff. Then somebody came down. Oh, AJ Styles ended up in a match with
Commander Aziz, and then it turned into Apollo Crews.
Oh, okay.
Afterwards, like halfway through, I don't know if it ended in like a DQ.
Yeah.
And then like I turned the channel back on, and then it was up AJ Styles versus Apollo Crews. I was like, when the fuck did this happen? Well, here's the thing about Raw this week. All of the high-end producers and executives that run a day-to-day operational show for Raw, the Bruce Pritchards, the Kevin Dunn, the Vince McMahon, all those higher guys weren't there at the show. So I'm sure there was a lot of fucking scraps being thrown around and being like, well, we need to somehow fill this time. Not to mention half the roster is going to be out already because they are trying to limit the exposure for COVID leading into the day one pay-per-view this weekend. So all of the top talent already not on the show.
Yeah.
So whoever you got left, you're all going to be scrambling to be like, well, how the fuck are we going to put on a 3-hour show? And you can easily tell by viewership and how everything turned out.
Is it true that they're not testing anymore?
Yeah. I was
so now Roman is probably going to be done for a little bit again.
That I don't know anything about Roman being done.
He's immunocompromised,
right.
His leukemia and stuff. So, and because he even like when he was in the crowd or something, he wore a mask or whatever.
Right.
So he's probably going to take another hiatus till they.
Yeah. So.
Get some more tests in.
So does that affect our picks later?
We don't
Should.
know. I mean,
If
it's
you want to
a
be champ,
very good possibility, right? So, COVID. Seth Rollins
this
tested
episode brought
positive.
to you by Blue Moon. By the way.
You said Rollins tested positive?
Tested positive over the weekend, and then
Okay.
after that,
So
that's when
according to new CDC guidelines, he should be good for day one then.
he should be. So what they did was when Rollins tested positive, they already pulled Becky Lynch, they pulled Roman, they pulled
Big E.
Big E.
I'm
I
assuming
think
they pulled Big E because he did a thing from the phone, and then Kevin Owens was like, "Oh, he's not because I think in Big E's little phone thing, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm here," and then Kevin Owens was like, "But he's not here. I'm here."
Right.
Yeah.
They pulled Bobby off from the Madison Square Garden show that they did over the weekend, and yeah, they weren't there at Raw as well. So they were trying to isolate everyone as best as possible, so it doesn't jeopardize day one. But yeah, it's been a mess.
I know house shows probably contribute a decent amount of money. They should probably just not do those right now, just in general. Like, finish up whatever you plan. Stop planning them for the future until, we get another step closer. Because, your TV and your pay-per-views are way more important than some house show that a couple hundred people are going to see. Because you're not doing anything to progress storylines or showing clips of that stuff, so just scrap that.
Plus, now with all their quote-unquote house shows, all they're doing is running the same matches day in and day out.
Which they normally do anyways.
Yeah, and so it's like, okay, why bother? Especially for the Madison Square Garden show, it's like, yeah, we understand it's MSG, but it's like, okay, you pulled all of your top talent.
Yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen? I know you can make the best of what you can do, and I know on these house shows they do a lot of the special stipulations in which you don't get to normally see on regular TV or even a pay-per-view per se, right? They did a steel cage match at MSG with Edge and Kevin Owens, so it's like, yeah, you get the specialty wow factor, right? They try to put out to give, I guess, worth your money's worth essentially, but yeah.
But you also have the possibility of losing talent on house shows. Like people getting mad and quitting and flying home on their own dime. Tony Storm.
Yep.
There's no longer Tony Time in WWE.
It'll be Tony Time somewhere else.
Probably,
Dustin, where's she going?
Probably AEW because they need female wrestlers.
Or down the hall. Me.
Shut up, Joey. No, WWE. AEW needs some bigger name, big name. They got good people, but they need some bigger name female wrestlers, and I feel like that's what Tony Storm is. So, in my opinion.
Right, and it really just leaves one real outlet unless, Juice Robinson, if he decides to re-sign with New Japan, Tony would just end up going to Japan, but you kind of don't know how the restrictions are still. I know it's open, so, she can go out there and they would stay out there and they can go to New Japan, or she stays stateside.
Where is she from?
Australia.
Australia? I thought she had an accent.
No. So Adam thinks she's unattractive.
Yeah. So, okay, so she's be over on that side of the world anyways okay.
Right, and that was a lot.
I know she was on NXT UK a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her not being able to see her family, missed the holidays, everything that you would normally give up anyways if you wanted to be a WWE superstar.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like...
Has anything came out of why she left yet?
That was basically the reason, was she was sitting there backstage and catering, and it was just like, okay, what am I going to do with my life for the next few months? She had a triple threat match with Charlotte and Sasha. She had the match. I'm pretty sure she took the pin because obviously they have nothing for her.
Mm-hmm.
The writers aren't doing anything for her, so she's like, you know what? Forget this. I quit. Paid for a ticket to go home, and WWE's like, okay, fine, and they terminate her contract. So, I mean, it's
I got a tired job in Charlotte.
yeah, and it's good on her wanting to do something. It's like a lot of other superstars that we've known had the same approach. And like Andrade was one. He asked for his release because he knew down the line he wasn't going to get anything or anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy that, there are stars wanting to take matters into their own hand and not just get a paycheck, essentially.
Yeah.
Not to say there's nothing wrong with it, of just, for example, Ricochet, right? He's so talented, and basically he's like, I'm okay with just coasting it, I guess.
Yeah, speaking of like Friday.
Like the Nakamura thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Like literally Friday. This past Friday, Christmas Eve, I was at my dad's house, and so I was sitting in his kitchen, and somebody in his living room just threw it on SmackDown. I don't even know why. It was really weird, but they threw it on, and I guess it was some kind of gauntlet match that was happening. I couldn't hear it obviously, but some kind of gauntlet match or something that was happening, and Ricochet came out and was doing all his shit, and literally I'm sitting there watching wrestling from another room, just watching it and being like, wow, Ricochet's really fucking cool, and he's just not being used for. This is stupid. He's just not being used. He's gets some use, but I mean, it's not like he's not doing anything worthwhile, really. And
right, I think it was the eliminator for number one contender for the IC title, and it came down to what was Ricochet and Sami Zayn, and Sami won. So it just kind of also, that's another reason I feel like Sami potentially re-signing is they're trying to give them these things, make you happy, and then you re-sign, and then they don't do anything with you again for another 5 months, essentially.
Yeah. But that was just something that I specifically remember. I was watching that little bit of that match and was like, wow, Ricochet's really fucking cool. And then what's funny is I thought Discord had a thing where you could put GIFs behind you. And literally I was going to put the Adam Cole super kicking Ricochet GIF just to see if it would work. It didn't work. So.
Oh, really? You make a GIF your background?
No. I thought you could. I thought that's what I read. Apparently not. Apparently I read it wrong. So might have been something else on Discord that you could use a GIF for. So I don't know. I tried. It didn't work.
If that was the case, you definitely know Joey's going to use Bret Hart spitting into Vince's face as his background.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just Bret Hart just walking out entrance just the whole time. Just on repeat.
Other than that, with the COVID outbreak, so many mother matches this week, even on NXT and Raw, were canceled and scrapped. The AJ and Omos match was one of them. The reason for that, yes, they finally split, yay, hallelujah. But they actually ran that match at MSG, and everyone hated the match. The fans hated it, the producers hated it, and so they were just like, okay, yeah, we're just not gonna do this match, and we have no clue when they're actually gonna do this match.
Nice.
Who knows if it's ever gonna happen, to be honest. But so apparently Omos, I guess, is still not ready. AJ Styles would sell like crazy for Omos, so
yeah.
I guess if you're overselling too much, it's just like, well, this isn't even a match. Why the hell am I watching it?
Then you get the Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
situation. Yeah,
exactly.
Which is awesome. Hilarious.
And then same thing happened on NXT. I think there was 2 matches that ended up getting canceled. One was the Harlan versus Brian Kendrick. That was one that was supposed to happen.
Whoa. The Brian Kendrick.
You're right. The Brian Kendrick. Did not happen. I don't know if actually the Brian Kendrick actually showed up to the show or if he tested positive. We don't know. But Harlan did have a scrub match.
I didn't know that the Brian Kendrick was still signed with WWE. I thought he left.
I think he's a coach now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
I think he's a coach.
He was really good.
Brian. He's one of those ones that like when him and Paul London were a tag team, I really liked them. And I remember when I was a kid, I got a tag team set of them, and they were like two of my favorite wrestling toys that I used when I was running my little promotion. But even like when he went solo and was doing the whole Brian Kendrick thing and like the rock star jacket or whatever it was, he was really good. I really liked him a lot. Yeah. Then his second run coming back as Brian, it was alright. Like his cruiserweight title run, it was alright.
Well, I thought he was the best cruiserweight.
Right.
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
he a heel again, too?
Yeah, he was heel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably what made it work
Yeah.
the best, is that he was able to flourish into his own character. And the other match was Raquel and Cora were supposed to face Toxic Attraction, GG, and shit, what's the girl
Nice.
there? JC Jane. They were supposed to face
I would have
off,
never guessed that.
but NXT, their main event ended up turning to be Raquel and Cora versus Io and Kaylee Ray. No clue where that fucking turned out, but that was another thing that ended up scratched and tossed. And then they finally finalized their New Year's Evil card. So, because it's actually just a special show that's going to take place on Tuesday, we typically don't do picks for those unless it's a takeover. So, I can run through the card really quick just to kind of see how you guys feel about it. What they've got listed is for the NXT Cruise, NXT Championship, Ciampa versus Braun Breaker 2. That's going to be the main event. We got Raquel versus Cora versus Mandy, triple threat for the NXT Women's Championship. They're doing Riddle and MSK versus Imperium.
I did see that.
Walter will be in NXT. I think this is going to be his first match for him staying in the US going forward. And then they've got a unification match, North American Champion Carmelo Hayes versus the Cruiserweight Champion Roderick Strong. And then people are listing this as a match, but they haven't yet confirmed it. They're just saying it's a confrontation. It's going to be AJ Styles and Blake's boy, Grayson Waller, having a confrontation, which potentially could spill into a match, but we don't know.
So you're saying I'm not on the card?
No.
No.
Damn.
You had one chance and you completely fucked it up.
You're out of here.
I'm
You're
out.
done. They're putting all their marbles into Harlan now.
No, what they did is they were like putting this pay-per-view together and like, oh wait, Dustin didn't talk about his podcast with Jordan Grace and Thunder Rosa. He's out.
Back on this shit again.
He's out, dude.
You're cut.
Yeah.
You're cut. You're done.
You're out, dude. We don't need you around here. We need that shameless promotion around here, okay?
Hey, give me some of them labels and I'll hand them out next time.
I think this pay-per-view is definitely going to be the changing of the guard. The final nail in the coffin. We started seeing it at War Games. I really think Braun is going to win. I think he'll be champion. Mandy, I think, is going to keep it. I really think it's going to be Raquel's last match in NXT. I think this is her last chance, blow off. She's going to go to the main roster.
Think Ciampa's going to the main roster?
Ciampa would quit if he goes to the main roster. And I think that's...
He would leave before he went.
Yeah, he would quit. And yeah, I mean, everyone's just putting their money on Carmelo. This unification match is just going to make him a higher elevated star. Imperium versus MSK and Riddle.
So
I mean,
what you're
random.
So what you're saying is
Oh, here we go.
Let me figure out how I want
Roderick Strong All Elite.
how I want to put this all in my head, okay? So what you're saying is Roddy's gonna lose. Right now we got this beef between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Bobby's gonna try to, ease the wounds, but he doesn't know if he can. So who can is the guy that was there when this beef started was Roddy, because Bobby was hurt like he is all the fucking time. Bro, when he's throwing these fucking kicks that he throws, I know he's really good at kicks, and it's like his thing is throwing kicks. He threw a kick on somebody. I want to say Chuck Taylor maybe, where Chuck was on the apron and Bobby kicked his feet out from underneath him, and I was like, oh, Bobby just tore his ACL. And I'm like, dude, stop, okay? But anyways, back to what I was saying. So so it's like, okay, we need to heal this wound with Adam and Kyle. So Roddy comes in. Now it's an 8-man tag. Wait, where did I get? Hold on.
Wheeler Yuta is still part of.
No. I was because it's got to build up to because it was going to build up to Elite versus versus Undisputed. Oh wait, no. Who did we replace Kenny with originally when he was hurt?
It was Kevin Steen. We were going to use Kevin Owens.
Damn it, he re-signed. Shit. Okay, that one's back on the drawing board. Somebody's going to come in and help, and then it's going to be Kenny, the Bucks, and somebody else. Brandon Cutler. Right now, Brandon Cutler's the placeholder versus the Undisputed Era. Here we go.
It's going to be the Golden Elite. They're just going to call Kota Ibushi to come to the States.
There you go. Okay, that one works. And then after the match, they're celebrating, and DIY comes out and beats the fuck out of everybody.
Okay.
Because Ciampa quit too, and now him and Johnny show up at the same time. DIY. Bro, here we go. Fucking perfect promotion, dude. We got the Elite. We got the Undisputed Era. We got DIY back. I mean, this is awesome. I'm all in. I'm all Elite too. Okay, here we go. Fuck WWE, okay? Dustin, shut the fuck up, okay? I'm not gonna tell you again.
I'm killing that horse, dog.
There you go. There's my fantasy booking for this episode.
Yeah,
So
but
y'all think
yeah,
the Rumble's
so
getting canceled? Like the
the Rumble's at the end of the month of January, like January
I'm supposed to go. So
27th, let's just say.
Oh shit! Did you actually get ticket?
yeah,
Who-
my buddy who's the ref, he's bought the tickets.
Which
But I haven't.
which WWE superstars are you gonna meet and not tell our podcast about? Tell about our podcast.
Probably nobody. Give me some fucking labels. I'll hand them out. Give 'em what Joey's face.
Dustin just sends us a picture. He's like standing beside like Ciampa or something, and just be like,
Put stickers on their wrestling bags.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Instead of leaving poop in it, leave labels.
Yeah, so we got our little QR code with our little logo on it. Just start sticking it everywhere. I don't have that. That one's actually stuck to my computer. I can't show that one. Like Dustin like just sends us a picture. It's him hanging out with Roman and the Usos. Like Dustin's part of the bloodline now.
Oh shit.
Doesn't get his ass beat by the bloodline.
He replaced Paul Heyman.
Oh. They're gonna be like, Joe Gacy, what are you doing up on the main roster?
Hey, there you go.
Bro,
There's,
supposed to be an NXT, dog.
hey, there you go. That's your ticket in, dude, right there. You're like, yo, Joe Gacy reported duty. I think I'm number like 24 in the Rumble, dude. Here I am.
Just run
Dustin's
out.
lucky he'd get number 1.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Maybe 3.
Dustin's gonna get one of those. Santino entrances, like in and out, right? Boom, boom.
Oh,
Or the Titus.
Or the Titus one,
Titus entrance.
bro. He could have
Run.
died when that happened.
Now, I would say now they've got the hard ring with the LED boards.
Yeah.
But those are on hard camera side.
Yeah.
So if you ran and fell from the ramp, you would be fine.
But still, he almost hit the side of the apron, which I'm assuming since the top is the hardest part of the ring, the side's probably also gonna be pretty hard. That he could have headbutted, dude, and that would have been. But yeah,
The show would have went on.
probably.
Yeah, he would just be dead under the ring, and they would just drag his body under. They're just like, you didn't see this, and that's it.
This is the
Nobody
greatest Royal Rumble. It's awesome. What else we got? We got anything else before we get into picks for day one?
Yeah, 2 last things. We've got one confirmed is All Elite now, Mercedes Martinez. This was confirmed on Dynamite last night. She interfered in the Jade Cargill Thunder Rosa match. She cost Thunder Rosa.
Bro, what did
the match.
What did she hit Thunder Rosa with? Because it looked violent.
I couldn't tell you.
Whatever it was, smashed to a million pieces, and it looked violent.
Yeah, so I don't. it looks like they're linking Cargill and Mercedes together. Maybe not. Could have just been. Maybe she just got bad blood with Thunder Rosa, and that's where Martinez went right after. I mean, that's setting up a really good match. Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez. This is technically her second time coming into AEW. When it first started going, she was in the what was it? The first All In, the Battle Royale pre-show, I think it was, or something like that. And she showed up, and she was the ace. She actually used that performance to get a WWE contract. Let's look how that turned out for you. Way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, she got linked with Retribution for the first time, and then was cut. Went to NXT.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Didn't do anything, basically, in NXT. Was released, and then she was in, I think she might have joined NWA for a little bit to do a couple matches, and then she was in Impact for like 2 months and had a title shot against Mickie James and lost. At there, I thought she signed with Impact, but apparently not. So now she's back in AEW. It's definitely a boost for their women's division. She's got a lot of years of experience, so I think she'd definitely help out a lot of the talent.
Doing the promotion World Tour.
Yeah, that's right. She was doing that too. So I think she's got a lot of potential good matches anyways. The first one most likely will be with Thunder Rosa.
Nice.
And then the other one, Kenny Marquez, formerly known as Jake Atlas. He was part of the Cruiserweight division. He had a dark match this week that was taped. We don't know when that's actually going to go live. It could be next week, or it could be 2 weeks from now.
On AEW Dark?
Yeah, AEW Dark. He just did dark match. He won his dark match against Serpentico. So, and after the match, people had said that Tony Khan came out, they shook hands, potentially already saying that that was finalized deal, that he was going to sign a contract with them. After he was released from WWE, he said he was going to take a few months to kind of reinvent himself and really see where his love and passion was for wrestling again, and kind of just take care of his mental health and being. So it looks like he's gonna be wrestling again. I know Dustin's probably upset. He's like, whoa, you're signing another WWE guy. This one, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I don't think it's necessary. But unless... Yeah, true. Unless they're going to be building a Cruiserweight division, it makes sense. Kenny would fill that role. Dante would fill in that position. Leo Rush is going to fill in that position. Potentially Tony Nese. I mean, we haven't seen Tony Nese in a little bit, but he had a dark match this week.
Yeah, I did see that during Dynamite they had the dark results on the body. He was mentioning that. I think he won a match.
Right. So unless they're trying to build that to a smaller an X division, essentially.
Nice.
I think that would be cool. I think they're going in the right direction with the people that they're picking for. And of course, you're going to have people like Sammy Guevara, who can easily fill in that space, but also in other divisions. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Darby, I feel like would fit in. I got another person Dustin loves. Darby would fit really well in X division.
Sting.
Yes, Sting would feel great in an X division.
A or P section.
So, damn. Rip. Fuck. Okay. Cody would probably fill in the X division as well. So, yeah.
First three-time X division champion.
So, yeah. I think if that's the route they're going, I think it could work for sure. There's good talent now, and if they pick the right pieces, I think it could definitely turn into something really good, like old TNA X Division for sure.
Which was some crazy shit that happened with that stuff. So something that was mentioned on Dynamite this week was during the MJF promo thing. He mentioned something about some kind of qualifier match or something for a TNT title shot.
Yeah, Face of the Revolution. It would most likely be, it's usually a ladder match.
Okay, yeah, because I know he's been talking about Wardlow being in it, and I was like, okay, basically, what he said was basically like, okay, well, you just, I don't know. Basically, my question is, when is that?
Don't know, actually.
Okay.
It could be setting up for Revolution.
Yeah. Because, I mean, basically, it seems like, I mean, it could obviously just not happen at all, but it very much seemed like, oh, you can tell what's going to happen. Wardlow's going to win this or whatever. Wardlow's going to go on to face the TNT champion, or unless he wins it in that match, I don't know exactly how it works. But Wardlow's going to end up with the TNT title, supposed to relinquish it to MJF, and then give MJF a powerbomb symphony and take the title with him, and now he's out of Pinnacle. So...
very possible, very likely too.
Yeah.
I mean, if Wardlow starts actually, I mean, I wouldn't say he's beating nobodies right now, right?
Bro, that dude that he fought this week, last night, he beat up somebody's accountant, dude. Because I mean, this dude did not look like a wrestler at all.
Yeah, I mean, the only credible wrestler he's beat was a couple weeks ago. I think was the Captain Sean Dean. Like, he's an actual roster signed competitor.
I think they announced him as 16-0 before that match or something like that, or he's a 16 win streak or something, or for this year he's undefeated or something like that.
Most likely,
now or something like that.
Yeah, most likely.
Which is 18-0.
Yeah, something like that. Which, I mean, they say that, you know, their rankings reset at the beginning of the year, so
they reset, and you know, it's what's also kind of nice about their rankings too. Yeah, it kind of, it's like, okay, well, it doesn't make sense. Even though Wardlow is 16-0, let's say, he's not number one.
Yeah,
and it's also, they're actually taking the credibility of the opponents that they're facing into account of their ranking as well.
Yeah,
which I think is really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Face of the Revolution, whatever it will be.
I think they mentioned. They mentioned something like a ladder match. MJF.
Yeah, it's usually a ladder match. I'm gonna call it as a ladder match. Usually, it's 6 to 8 people. I think. I know sometimes they've done 10. And I would say that's a match that they're most likely going to set up for Revolution, because what they really want to do is get through this TBS title tournament that's going to complete next week. They're finally start listing competitors for the Owen Hart tournament. That's going to bleed, and that finale is supposed to be at Double or Nothing. So how they're going to set that up is up to them, obviously. So yeah, it's not going to be for the TNT title. It's usually a contract that you're fighting for a future shot.
Yeah. Which to me seemed like that's why they took it off of Sammy, because we don't want more Pinnacle versus Inner Circle. He could go powerbomb. Which would, I mean, say he fights Cody, which I don't know when this is, but if he's leaving Pinnacle, which Pinnacle's a heel faction, if he's leaving Pinnacle, he's gonna babyface or whatever, but at least turn something. I mean, Cody's the perfect person to beat up, because everybody in the world hates Cody right now for some reason. So it'd be the perfect person. That the people are gonna be chanting one more powerbomb literally till the show goes off the air
for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be power bombs.
Yeah,
we're all out of time.
Yeah.
It's going to end in a draw because Wardlow kept powerbombing him for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah. We'll be right back with action. But stick with us for picture-in-picture, and just literally, it's just picture-in-picture of just him powerbombing Cody the whole time.
Fucking truck commercial. Then
come back, and it's like, oh yeah, well, he's still powerbombing him. That's so funny. But yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think whenever that happens, I think that basically last night to me, that's that little promo that he did, and this smart Mark Sterling or whatever reading the contract that I don't remember what he started reading, and I just tuned it out. And but I think that's pretty much what it summed up. I was like, oh, okay, well, Wardlow's gonna be the TNT champion, and MJF's gonna be like, okay, here's my title, and he's just gonna powerbomb the shit out of him.
unless Wardlow doesn't win, and then MJ's like, "Oh, you useless piece of shit," whatever.
That one could work
berates
too.
him.
Yeah.
And then that's when Wardlow snaps, and then he just beats the shit out of MJF and your boy Sean Spears.
Yeah. Sean Spears gonna hit him with a chair, and it's like not gonna affect him.
He's gonna put Sean Spears' head through the chair.
He's gonna be careful. Can't damage it too much. He's a very crucial member of that roster.
He's supposed to be a good hand.
I mean, he is. He's always been good.
Okay.
When was he not good? Exactly.
Damn, Dustin.
Exactly.
No, he's saying he was not good.
Well, that's fucking dumb because that shit was so fucking over. The 10 thing was one of the most over things in WWE when he was doing it.
His peak career moment was him coming out at the Rumble at 10.
Which was fucking awesome.
And after that, he's just gone down.
Which was awesome. And it got a massive pop. It was fantastic. You guys are just fucking haters, okay?
Right.
You guys are going to hate it when we get famous and he comes on this fucking show. And all you motherfuckers have to sit here and fucking be quiet because he doesn't want to talk to you because you're all assholes and wrong about have bad opinions. Shut up, Joey. Oh, it's funny.
So you're gonna tell him about our podcast?
Yes, and you won't be here for it. He's taking your spot. Yeah, he's taking your spot on that week. That's funny. All right, we ready to do these picks for day one?
Yes.
All right. So WWE Day 1. They're not doing. I guess SmackDown Women's Championship didn't have a match. I realized after setting everything up for this.
So SmackDown Women's Championship does not have a match. I wouldn't have been surprised if it would have been Charlotte versus Toni Storm at day 1. But obviously we know what happens. But also not on the match, an IC title match and a US Championship.
That's true.
Also not on the card. So
that is true. Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta make. All right, first match that we can talk about. Like I said, I'm gonna go from what I would assume bottom to obviously top of card. There was a match that got announced: Cesaro and Ricochet versus
Sheamus and Rich Holland.
No idea who that is. That's kickoff. We're not going to do that. We're just going to do the main card. First match, I have.
Hold up. Who's champion? Dustin?
Yep, Dustin is currently champion. So
he gets the last pick.
Yes, that is our
championship advantage.
That is our championship advantage that he gets to do last pick. Even though technically Adam hasn't given me any picks, but he also won't watch this or see the picks. So, because I don't know if he's a real fan and actually watches the show. So we can get his picks later. So yeah, Dustin will go last because of championship advantage. All right. So first match we have Drew McIntyre versus what's his name? I know him as Riddick Moss. I don't remember what he's going by now. Yeah,
Madcap.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that means. Sure. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. I believe it said with Happy Corbin. Corbin's not pictured on the picture that I have showing right now to the thing, but it's... So yeah, what you guys got?
First off, why the fuck is this even a match?
True.
It makes no sense.
True. That was the other thing that I seen. Again, no sound, no idea what's going on. Whatever happened at the end of SmackDown, was there milk involved? Was that? I'm assuming that's what it was. Somebody poured milk on them.
Yeah, it was. I think it was their like Christmas time bash thing that they did.
When they do food fights and stupid shit like that. Yeah.
And was it Corbin that got hosed with milk, or was it Moss?
I think it was both. It might not have been, but I don't know. It was stupid. But yeah, anyways, this is a match on the main card for some reason. Hilarious. I don't know why
Moss is lucky getting tied to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Just being on the main card.
To me, this has pre-show written all over, and it also has Drew McIntyre winning written all over it.
Agree.
All right. So we're all in agreements on that one?
Yeah.
Dustin, you got Drew?
But yeah, I was say Dustin might say Madcap Moss.
That's hilarious.
Shenanigans.
Well, that one was, yeah. I mean, that is something to roll in about. Corbin will be there and everything, but I think Drew's going to kick both their heads in, and he's going to win it. So that was fast. Record time for that one. Next up, we have Edge versus The Miz. What do you guys got?
We already know where Blake's going.
This one is kind of tough, mainly because I'm thinking storyline based. Edge usually gets long stories when he's doing something right. We've seen it with the Rollins one that felt like it lasted 6 months, it felt like. So for him to be in a program with The Miz, it only makes sense for The Miz to win because I really think they want to do Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. That's my end goal.
Yeah.
Is that match.
Mania? Rumble? You think they stretch this out to Mania?
I really think they could stretch this out to Mania. They probably could, yeah.
I think they could too. I actually, now thinking about it, they probably could too because this is going to be a lot of, and I mean, honestly, if you're throwing in Maurice and Beth Phoenix, this could be a lot of, this is going to be a lot of promos, not necessarily a lot of matches, a lot of promos. Both of these guys can talk. And then you're going to have this pay-per-view, like, say they do something at Rumble, maybe they do something at Rumble that's going to lead into Mania. But then whatever the pay-per-view is, Fastlane, do they still do Fastlane?
I don't know anymore.
Whatever it is between Rumble and Mania, it could be this is a Maurice versus Beth Phoenix match with Edge and Miz on the outside or being the managers or whatever. So I think there's a lot of ways they could spin this. And then at Mania, do the mixed tag and...
Right. So I can see it playing that way, but I can also see it being that Edge wins here. They go to Rumble. They're going to be in the Rumble match. They want to have another round 2, essentially, singles match. And more shenanigans. Edge tosses Miz or Miz tosses Edge. And then that's how their feud continues. Mm-hmm. I'm going to... Man, fuck.
I picked Edge. That's my pick for it.
Joey, you go. I really need to think about it.
Usually, I agreed that it would be prolonged to WrestleMania, so I would pick the opposite of who's going to win there, just because of the even Steven booking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania is usually happy endings, so I would pick Miz here.
Miz here? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, fuck. Yeah, see, so...
AJ, don't worry. It's only the Raw Dogs Wrestling Show Championship on the line here.
I'm going to pick The Miz.
You've never won before. You've never held.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick The Miz. I'm just going to go for it.
All right, Dustin, who you got? Championship advantage, who you got?
I think AJ makes a good point. I think I'm going to roll with The Miz on this one.
Y'all going to be so...
All he said was, okay, I'll agree with Joey.
That's hilarious. So you guys are going to like fools when Edge wins. Moving over to the next one, we have... Is it going to work? There it goes. We have the Raw Tag Team title match. RK Bro versus the Street Profits after the Street Profits win the RK Bronament, as it was dubbed on Monday Night Raw. Street Profits win that. They will now face Randy Orton and Riddle for the Raw Tag Team titles. What you guys got?
So I feel like the Street Profits are potentially the only team I feel like can actually beat RK Bro. I feel like they're the only really good tag team that's in the division that would dethrone RK Bro. I just think because RK Bro is going to split up. We know it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they need to be single stars. Because they are just used up all their single stars for Raw's main event. I don't know if it's day one where the Street Profits are going to win.
And I also feel like there's going to be something at some point. Maybe maybe I would say maybe Rum. I don't know.
Hey, one of them will throw the other over or something at Rumble.
Right.
Break up.
Well, also, I feel like like I said, it could be just me in this week's episode of Raw, but I feel like Alpha Academy could get involved in some way. I don't know if they could be like Alpha Academy causes. I don't know how that would work, but then
yeah.
So I feel like they could get involved. Otis or Chad Gable could get involved and mess something up. But they want to take the titles, so I don't know if they would. I feel like in the beat, like this week on Raw, it was Otis or it was Chad Gable versus Riddle, Otis versus Randy Orton, and so I don't know if Street Profits don't really fit into that formula. So
right, and it's like.
Speaking of something I meant to mention earlier, something I gave AEW crap for a couple weeks ago. I need to go ahead and be fair and give WWE their crap for it as well. I challenge you to a match. I accept. TV programming be damned. We're having a match right now. It's like, okay. I mean, I know you. I mean, there's no GM involved, no decision making, no even. Oh, Adam Pearce approved this match. It's happening. None like that. Just, hey, we're having a fucking match right now, dude. Let's go. So.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
probably
take the commercial
Adam
breaks
Pearce.
later.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce probably wasn't even there. He probably out. Well, whatever. I'm gonna stick with RK Bro. I think to just keep it. I was not struggling too much with it, mainly because Riddle is supposed to have the match on Wednesday with MSK. Will he still be champion? With their whole shaman angle of, well, Riddle is a tag team champion. We aspire to be a tag team champion. He's our shaman to take us to the promised land. Will, they be able to win now if he's not champion? I'm going to just say RK Bro is going to retain.
What if Riddle starts taking out with MSK and they're like, oh my gosh, you're the savior. And he's like, no, not me. I'm not. Joey Diaz is. And then they start and then Joey Diaz comes in for a match. Dude, hell yeah, I'm in.
Hey, cocksuckers!
Joey, who you got?
Okay, bro. For sure, this ain't the pay-per-view from the breakup or have tension.
Yeah. I'm also going to pick RK Bro. Dustin?
Same.
RK Bro it is. We're flying through this card. Moving on. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship, we have the Usos versus King Woods and Sir Kofi, a.k.a. the New Day. Are they like the Royal New Day now or something like that? I'm assuming they're just not calling them New Day at all now.
No, they're still called New Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Usos versus New Day, King Woods, Sir Kofi. What you guys got? I'll go first. Usos. There's no way they're taking titles off the Usos right now, unless Roman loses. Hold on, I'm second guessing myself. You guys can pick while I think about it.
Jerry, go ahead.
I will go with King Kofi.
King Kofi? Did you say King Kofi?
It's King Woods and Sir Kofi.
Yeah,
Excuse me, okay?
They don't look the same.
I'm typing in the Royal New Day. Here we go. I need a more clever name than that.
I also am going to pick the New Day.
Oh my gosh. The Usos and Edge are going to carry me to a championship. Dustin?
Are you sticking with the Usos, Blake?
Yes! Fuck it. I'm in.
I'm in too.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go. All right. We'll run back over what picks everybody had at the end. Moving on, we have the Raw Women's Championship. This one is super easy. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. It is Becky Lynch every day of the week.
Yeah, agree.
It's Liv Morgan's time, but Vince don't think so. So it's gonna be Becky Lynch.
So are you picking Liv Morgan? I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
Nah, Becky Lynch.
It is not not Liv Morgan's time. AJ?
I'm picking Becky as well.
Becky Lynch sounds like a seal talking.
Shut up. All right, Adam, calm down. Dustin?
Yeah, Becky.
I'll pick the man to win the Raw Women's Championship.
Becky retains mainly because I feel like after this pay-per-view, we're going to get the return of either Alexa Bliss or Asuka. So, and that's who I think will end up facing Becky at Rumble. So.
And both of those are better than Liv Morgan. Get her out.
I mean, I like Liv Morgan, and I feel like she should be a champion. But, I mean, with Vince in charge, she'll never be champion. So.
Osceola wrestling champion. It's right down the road.
Yes.
All right, moving on. We have the WWE Championship Fatal 4-Way. Big E versus Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley. Kevin Owens on a microphone in general is... Kevin Owens is probably top 5 promo ever. Maybe.
Ever? Of all time?
I think so. As far as just straight talker to people, like on camera, making it look natural. You got so many robot people.
You got The Rock. You got
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold. You got
Ric
Ric Flair.
Flair.
What?
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
No, you don't have Bret Hart. Kevin Owens is better than Bret Hart. Shut your fucking mouth, okay?
Kevin Owens is the voice of Canada.
Oh, a lot of Chicago now. Fight Chicago.
Oh, that's awesome. But I mean, honestly, it's like just watching him do like his little segment he did on Raw this week, where he ranted about Big E not being there and everything, and it's just stupid small stuff he does. Kind of like how Big E did the whole thing with the pen and pad or whatever. It's like the stupid stuff where the backstage announcer, his name is Kevin Patrick, and Kevin Owens is like, "What kind of name is Kevin? That's stupid. Change it. I don't like it." And he's like, and then then he goes into his promo, and then he comes back and he's like, "Think about that name, change it." And he walks off, and he comes back and he goes, "Bert, your name's Bert now," and then leaves. It's fucking hilarious. Like, I don't it's just his whole promo. I think he's probably he's definitely top 10 all time, maybe top 5.
I would agree with top 10.
We'll decide on a list. Hey, there you go. There's a top 5 for us to do. Top 5 all time promos. Coming to you sometime soon.
All right, sure.
Top 5 current promos. Because I mean, literally 3 of your top 5 aren't current wrestlers anymore.
CM Punk.
CM Punk, MJF. Well,
Miz.
You're steering this way too far off.
I am. Okay, who's winning the match? Kevin Owens. Here we go. Kevin
Owens.
Are you really picking Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Oh. I think Kevin Owens is going to be the one that takes the fall, to be honest.
Unfortunately.
I'm stuck between Big E and Bobby, to be honest.
I'm going Big E. He just won. I mean, I don't think they'll Kofi him where he just wins it and they take it off of him.
I'm going to stick with Big E as well. I think he's going to retain. Somehow, he's going to retain, I feel like.
I think this friendship, whatever best friends between Rollins and KO, it's going to end. I think that's, because you're basically, which I know Bobby's kind of been doing more babyface stuff lately, but it's Big E versus 3 heels right now, so I don't know. I think Big E's going to win it. Dustin, who you got? Big E?
Of course.
All right, final match on the card, main event. Tribal Chief, head of the table, Roman Reigns versus overall wearing plaid ponytail beard farming Brock Lesnar. What you guys got?
This Brock is great.
I got Brock Lesnar.
Bro, when I seen Brock run out and clothesline somebody, I'm assuming it was an Uso. I don't know. I think it was.
Killed him.
Huh?
He killed him.
Yeah. Oh, he ran. He came out of the tunnel, ran down the aisle in overalls, and beat the fuck out of both of the Usos. Like, this man just did all this wearing fucking overalls. You know how stupid he looked? And three of us live in the South. He looks stupid out there in a plaid shirt, blue and black plaid shirt, and overalls.
Shit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Dustin, when you meet Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
tell him what Blake said. Show him the script.
I was like, let me give you the address to Blake.
He still beat the fuck out of him. But Joe, you say you're taking Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
Okay. AJ?
I am going to take the tribal chief, head of the table, Roman Reigns. And the reason, story build up, I think Paul Heyman is going to cost Brock Lesnar.
I thought the exact same thing.
I think because the Usos lose, this is tying into my Usos pick. Usos lose, come Friday, Roman's like, why can't we all be unified with the bloodline? Why did you lose? He's like, I fired Paul Heyman, and he's the one that helped me retain over Brock Lesnar. I feel like that's the angle they got to play here. So I'm gonna say Roman retains, but the Usos lose. That's my WWE logic.
I was thinking you guys were all going to pick Brock, and then I was going to go into a long tangent of how dare you disrespect your tribal chief. I'm also picking Roman Reigns.
Well, for Joey, his tribal chief is Tua, so
that's also true.
He's conflicted.
Right.
That's also
conflicted.
The one true tribal chief.
And for those that don't know, Joey literally bought. We made these jokes about calling Tua Tagovailoa the. Look at that, nailed it. Quarterback for the Miami Dolphins called him the tribal chief. I don't remember. Joey was drunk when he did it.
Yeah, I got very
okay. Yeah, that's what it was.
You
said Tua was the. Yeah.
And Roman Reigns had a baby together.
Yeah.
It would be Tua. Tua is the tribal chief.
If Drew Brees and Roman Reigns had a baby, it would be Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
Joey was very drunk that night and just had Discord open and was just going to town that whole night. So at that point, everybody started calling Tua the tribal chief. Joey literally has a dolphin shirt that he had customized that has a number 1 and says tribal chief across the top. He was dedicated to the joke.
Yeah, you gotta.
He's all in on the gimmick. Okay.
Yeah, I'm winning that to the game.
It's so funny.
I'll also take Roman.
You also taking Roman? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And then the last thing we have to do is we need to pick the time for the Universal Championship match, since that will most likely be the last match on the card. We're going to use this as our tiebreaker for a tie if we have one. So, which a lot of picks kind of got spread out. So,
16 minutes and 47 seconds.
We don't do seconds.
16 minutes.
So you're doing 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like if it's Roman Lesnar is the main event, it'd be like it's either gonna be a really short match or they're gonna drag this shit all the way out. I'm gonna go with 24 minutes.
24? Cool. I was going to sneak in there and steal something from you but you didn't take it. I'm going to take 21 minutes. Dustin?
19.
Ooh, that was my second option. I almost went with that one.
So, what happens if because of COVID and everything, and Roman's like, I want to be the first match, and
We'll
so you
still
can get the fuck out. Or are we using that time for that?
We'll still
Okay.
use that. We'll still use that time. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if we needed to.
No, I have it.
change it.
I have.
Roman does that, he's losing.
I have it listed specifically as time of Universal Championship, so that's what we.
Okay. Cool.
So that's what we'll go through. I think actually what we'll do is
Times from?
what
Where do you get the times at? I always go to prowrestling.net.
that'll work. That or I use Wikipedia. Just I think Wikipedia usually posts the times on there. So hold on. I think what we might do. I need to work on something like that. I need to put a date on this. Try to find out a way to post these pics, but I want to make it look better than just a spreadsheet. So instead of just reading them off right here at the end of the show, but I'll try to see if I can work on something like that. I don't know if I'll get to do it this time, but maybe next time. If this time I just post a spreadsheet, I don't know.
Where do you have them? What do you have them in?
I have them in a Google Doc spreadsheet.
Share it to me.
Okay. We still gotta get Adam's picks as well too. So, but yeah. We got anything else for this week? Or are we done? We good?
Are we good?
Yeah.
We good. Next week is the 6th. I'm assuming we'll talk about production meetings. If we're doing an episode next week, I'm sure we will. We'll be back to discuss WWE Day 1. Oh, that'll be after we got to do a show next week because that'll be Day 1 reactions plus whatever happens on Dynamite the 5th between Brian Danielson, my fault, and Hangman Adam Page.
2.
So, yep, 2. Maybe some more. We're gonna see American Dragon. Maybe we could see a little more Red Dragon, a little Chasing the Dragon. Yeah. So should be fun. Lots of dragons around. Watch some Dragon Ball Z, maybe. Do something. I don't know.
Dragon D's nuts.
Shut up. So stupid.
I'm so glad I didn't fucking say it because I knew Dustin was gonna say it.
I hate both of you. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you guys next week, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
See ya.
See ya.